which is fantastic.
So yeah, 2006, he did one of my favorite films, one of the most motivational films, along with Coach Carter, Samuel Jackson. Just the pursuit of happiness. When I was younger, when I first saw it, I was like, why is happiness spelled like that? But then when I looked it up, I was like, Chris Gardner, his character, you know, it comes from the mural that Gardner sees on the wall outside of the daycare, which he takes his son to.
Yeah, and son actually be playing by his
real life son, Jaden Smith. And at the time, I was young. I didn't know that was his actual son. So yeah, that's incredible. And you know, it would, and yeah, you can see the chemistry between them. And yeah, this is so Chris Gardner.
Based on a true story.
Yeah, based on a true story. Yeah. He's a homeless salesman, and then he ends up becoming a qualified stockbroker. Yeah, yeah, this is a very emotional film. You see them staying at a BART station and stuff like that.
And he splits up from
his mother's child moves out early. There's even like a scene where it's the son's birthday and all they could get him was a basketball.
Yeah.
It's just sad. And what makes it worse, I remember on the day, I think the mum, Fandy Newton, the mum, and she had to go back to work on her own son's birthday.
I know.
It's like it's really sad.
Even when you're talking about this, I'm not gonna lie.
Every can relate.
Yeah, every time I watch Pursuit of Happiness, I've always busted a tear. You know what I mean? Yeah. I know the struggles of life, and it's never been documented better than in Pursuit of Happiness. Yeah. You know, and the whole what I got from that is that whole kind of everyone's gonna go through like trials and tribulations, but the main thing is just like, you know, don't fold. You know, DJ Khaled says don't fold. Richie saying don't fold. You know, and for him to get that kind of you know, he's able to get that you know, positive outcome at the end. You know, he becomes like a full-time stockbroker. He's able to get his kid, you know, out of that area.
I've never seen anyone do so much running at the start of the film. He's got the bone density scanners and stuff like that.
Honestly,
it's like when he loses them, it's like just losing money which he ain't even got. It's just sad.
You know. Honestly, and it was cool because he always all through all them tough situations, because remember they would ask him about the boat. He's kind of like, why you got that, but he couldn't leave it because he didn't have a home to go to, so he had to go to his interviews with it.
What's also sad is that when he first went for the interviews, like they didn't tell him how like it was unpaid, it was unpaid internship, and he went home, was all happy. To his wife saying, "Oh, I got this stockbroker thing coming up," not knowing that like it's unpaid. But then in the end, it all works out for him. But yeah, it's very, very sad throughout the film. There's a lot of moments there. You'll probably tell.
But I would honestly say for any like and this is where like we fall into that category of like, you know, up and coming like entrepreneurs. You know, they can really look to this film from inspiration, because as he mentioned, there's a scene like where, you know, Will Smith and Tandy Newton. He speaks to her saying like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be like a stockbroker, and she's just automatically like, oh no, why not an astronaut? You know what I mean? Whatever. So she had no faith in him, but he had to kind of instill that kind of faith in himself. Like, no, you know, this is what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna. And he actually says it in the film. You know, I want to do this for my family. You know, and it takes a lot of courage to kind of do it.
When he couldn't get the rent. And his neighbour, the guy above him, just asking, "Oh, I need the rent.
You know,
I need the rent by the end of the week." And then Will Smith said, "When I get it, you get it."
You get it.
I thought that. And his friend with the fool.
I was just gonna mention that. What was it? Wayne.
Wayne. You know when he was when they got kicked out and he was outside. It's like, yo, I need the fool.
Because, bro, I can imagine if it was just Will. Okay, but you got the kid. You got the kid as well. You know,
when you're broke, $14 is a lot of money.
It is.
You know what I mean? So he needs his money. You know? And also what makes it worse, before he lost his place, what I got from it, you know, when he was, before he got like arrested and stuff. He was painting his house, and that was, he did that so he could stay in the place for longer. You know what I mean? So he could delay.
I remember when they let him out of the custody, he had to go for the interview at the Dean Well. You know, so.
But powerful film.
All right, now like, I would end it on this with these performances. With his performance, do you think
that is his best performance?
Don't you think Oscar worthy like that film?
He got nominated. This was.
So yeah,
Wow.
Unfortunately, like,
Tough,
you know,
yeah,
it's a tough. I was like, Will Smith. He got nominated for an Academy Award for best like leading actor, but he was passed by Forrest Whitaker, who also played a great performance in Last King of Scotland.
Idi Amin.
Idi Amin, you know, the Ugandan. I believe he was the chief of things and that. So
DiCaprio got nominated as well for Blood Diamond.
Blood Diamond, and that was
Ryan
a
Gosling
great performance. You know what I
Ryan
mean?
Gosling for Half Nelson.
So, you know, it was just a shame because Will Smith, even though it's his best performance today, I think he was just at a time when everyone else had best performances like Forrest Whitaker, like Leonardo DiCaprio and Ryan Gosling. So it's the only reason he didn't really get an Oscar, you know.
Yeah, he's definitely, he's one of the best that have never won an Oscar. Him and Samuel Jackson, they're two of the best who've never won an Oscar, definitely. 2008 we had Hancock, and it's just great to see just a black superhero.
And
you've had the Frozone, you've had the Storms, but it's just Blades, but it's just not enough. But your Hancock, it was great, man. It was impressive from Will to see him. It's a lot of black comedy as well. I'd say, you know what I mean. It's a like the Pursuit of Happiness. He's homeless as well. He ain't got nothing going on, and you just see him flying in the air.
Someone has to kind of change, you know, to come up in filming that. Yeah, but I've seen Hancock like a couple times, you know, and I always saw Will Smith in it when, like, his character in this was
alcoholic, man.
He's an alcoholic, you know. So I always saw the beat down version of like, kind of like if you see like a Bruce Willis in Die Hard as John McClane, you know, he's always like, oh man, I can't believe this happening.
And it's the recurring theme of the film. Everyone calls him an arsehole.
And
he hates that.
It's like he's an alcoholic. It's like he's a bomb. You know, like that bomb kind of loses spirit, and he's got to kind of rectify it.
And you see various times in the film, like he saves people, and then they sort of cuss him after. They see like he's a bum and stuff. It's like, it's crazy. It's funny because like he at the start of the film he stopped the train or something, and like he caused bear crushes. And then there's this fat guy said, "Oh, they should sue you." And he said, then he replied, "You should sue McDonald's because they fucked you up." And I was like, oh my god.
But the way he is in it, it's like, you know, he feels like he's not.
He plays a good drunk, man.
Yeah, he plays a great, excellent like drunk. You know what I mean? He captures that kind of, because you know when you're drunk, you're just kind of like not bothered about anything. So even when he says that line, he's like, you know, go sue McDonald's, just like go sue McDonald's. You know, he's like not bothered with life and that. And I think when he meets Charlize Theron's character, like the interaction, you know, the hot South Africa.
Great actress.
Thing when she kind of meets her and like, you know, they interact, you know, he starts to have that kind of will to be like an actual, like, you know, superhero, you know, defending like.
Oh yeah, you see superheroes as well in the film. And they were practically brother and sister and all kinds of things. They was attracted to each other and those kind of things.
As well, you know what I mean? But I mean, it's essential because
Jason
Bateman, Very. Do you think he's
Horrible Bosses?
Horrible Bosses,
and he's in one of my favorite programs, Ozark. And you'll see Ozark's one of the best series on Netflix. Jason Bateman, director.
He directed them, or?
No,
right.
The Ozark.
Ozark, yeah. But he's a phenomenal actor, man. I first saw him in like what was it? Dodgeball.
Oh yeah.
He was one of the commentators. You know what I mean? But they all have good comedic elements. You know, even Charlize Theron. You know, she can play the comedy.
Will Smith produced this as well, man. So,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, big him up, man.
Yeah, definitely. Hancock. But yes, we would say like the number 5, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you know, film of like, you know, favorite Will Smith films would be the 2015 romantic drama
Crime as well.
Crime, you know, starring Margaret Robbie, is Focus. What are your thoughts on Focus?
Femme fatale character, crime based. They're con artists. They rob people. It's just mad. You see montages of them You see long takes of them dipping in casinos and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's just telling you, and even on the billboards, you see the word focus, and above it, you see never lose focus. And like, you got to have your wits about you, man, especially in 2020. Yeah, this is 2015, but yeah, man.
That really detailed like the hustle. You know what I mean? None of these lot had like working any kind of like proper jobs. You know, they were just bona fide scam artists. You know, and it's nice when Will Smith and Margot Robbie's character, they first meet. She doesn't know that he's already hustling her, you know, when they meet at the restaurant. And like, Will Smith always, in this film, he always feels like he's got the one-up of everyone, you know, even
she's married, she's got a husband.
You know what I mean? But what did you feel of like because I mentioned, what did you feel of like the love attraction between Will and Margaret? Because keep in mind that this time, they didn't really,
I've seen clips of them after, when they're talking, so like, it's like
fantastic chemistry, you know.
Jada was moving mad, I think he was as well.
You know what I mean?
I think you saw Wolf of Wall Street. You saw that scene with Leo sniffing off her ass. Yeah, let me get a bit.
I would honestly describe Margot Robbie. She's like if I can say maybe like a total like babe. You know, like them Hollywood kind of babes. Like back in the days used to be like Marilyn Monroe.
Sex symbol.
Yeah, sex symbol kind of stats like Angelina Jolie. You could even put like Jennifer Lopez, Beyonce. I would say like Hollywood-wise cinema. Margot Robbie's definitely for this generation. She's up there. First times I definitely saw in like a big, national film that you had like an interracial, kind of romance. Black man, Will Smith, white woman, Margot Robbie, and it still did well. Great box office.
2.0.
You know what I mean? But they never really mentioned too much about the racial kind of. Undertones, you know what I mean? It shows that you can make a film of like a black man, white woman, and it can do well.
They went to New Orleans, they went to Argentina in this film.
Yeah, it's a lot of like travel and like tourism in this film. You know,
and this is definitely, in my opinion, his best performance.
Yeah. So, like Will Smith, like if you see him from here compared to his leading role in like Men in Black or Focus, what would you say, like evolution-wise? You think he's better comfortable in this position in Focus? What would you say?
Yeah, I prefer the biographical roles, man.
Like,
yeah, I love just seeing black guys. Denzel, did Malcolm X and stuff like that. Yeah. I love it, man.
Yeah, so when he's playing like them black Forrest Whitaker, that's it. Yeah, no, I get what you're saying, because there's so much of them stories that haven't been told. In Mandela. Yeah. So like seeing him in those films, or even like we didn't talk too much about it, but like the Ali film that happened in the early 2000s.
That film. That's another one. That's another one of Will Smith's two Oscar nominations.
Yeah. So it showed he was
crazy.
Great.
I think all these films he's got two Oscar nominations. But then again, these kind of comedy films, you don't really get those awards. You don't get those nominations for it. So I see both sides.
Yeah, you find out.
But the Golden Globes, you kind of see more the comedy films because one of my favorite actors, James Franco, he won. He won a Golden Globe for the Disaster Artist, which came out 2017. You should go watch that on Netflix. Great film. Yeah, you got Oscar for that. So like I said, these comedy sort of things, it's hard to get those big boy awards from. So,
yeah. No, that's
but still go and watch that. Go and watch Focus.
Definitely, Focus definitely one of
Focus.
Focus, when you watch it and that. But I agree with the X-Man. I definitely love when. Will Smith was like at his best when he was playing like the biographical, performances like of Muhammad Ali or like a Chris Gardner in Pursuit of Happiness. I think that's where he really shined. But as like definitely when you see him in Focus, he still has that comedic elements from when he was in like Men in Black and Hitch. It's just like an updated, version and that. So yeah, folks, thanks for watching another Talking Cinema, talking about like our top 5 films, this time featuring The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Will Smith. Join us next time when we're going to talk about like one of the, in my opinion, and I'm pretty sure X could agree, one of like the greatest like comedians that transitioned into acting, and it could only possibly be Eddie Murphy, the King, or the Prince of Zamunda. And join us next time when we talk about Eddie Murphy on his top 5 films. Stay tuned for more upcoming videos that will be coming very, very soon. And it's peace to you. Fingers.